One of the biggest conversations around the Chicago Bulls over the last week or so has been the rumor of the Denver Nuggets being interested in Zach LaVine and needing to trade Michael Porter Jr. to do so. Well, according to Michael Porter Jr., he's been informed that he is not going to be shopped. We're going to talk about all that and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Hayes, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it for today, y'all. I want to give this quick update. We'll get into a little bit more in depth on this on tomorrow's daily episode, but Michael Porter Jr. claims that he's talked to the Denver Nuggets front office and that he's not going to be shopped. He says this: they've reached out to me and said it's all noise. There's nothing serious going on there. They said they love how I'm playing and to try to keep being aggressive, keep playing, and that they have no desire to move me right now. Now, jokingly as well, at the end of that, Michael Porter Jr. threw in, but I also know that they wouldn't tell me if they wanted to move me. Now, I do think that's a fair part of this. This is a business, but you would think with as much as that's going on, that of course Michael Porter Jr. and or his agent has talked to the Denver Nuggets front office and at least try to figure out, okay, what's going on? Is it a possibility? Are you exploring things? So for Michael Porter Jr. to come out at a time where kind of everybody's talking around the Denver Nuggets wanting to make a move, whether it's Zach LaVine or not, and that he says right now that they don't have any plans to move him and that it's all noise, I mean, it's at least a little bit worthy of talking about. And keep in mind this right now. The Denver Nuggets have to do posturing. There's a lot of posturing that's done around the NBA in general, right? You have to posture with your players. You want to keep them motivated. You also don't want to let on to other teams around the league what you could be doing, because it could give an opportunity for a team to outbid you if it comes down to something like that. So there's something about it, right? But it does say at least that right now that the rumors are serious enough to where they felt like they had to reach out to Michael Porter Jr. Now, he did also chip in this: it's part of the game. I don't get frustrated or take it personally. I know it's part of the business. I feel like there's a lot of good players in the NBA, and I've been blessed to be here 7 years. The Nuggets took a chance on me. I've been blessed to develop some great relationships with coaches and the players and grow as a player. When stuff like this comes up, I don't think I take it personally. You have those moments where you're like, man, I want to be here, or whatever the thoughts that go through your head. But I think for me, I've overcome so much in my life. I've gone through so much with my family. I've gone through so much personally that little stuff like trade rumors, I kind of leave that stuff up to God. I kind of have zero stress about it because I know wherever I end up, it will be meant to be. I love where I'm at. I love playing with these dudes. I think we have a chance to get rolling to do something special. So as of right now, it seems like Michael Porter Jr. is confident that he is going to be staying with the Denver Nuggets. Now, we can read into this and what this could mean. Does this mean that it is all rumors, that there is no truth to the trade rumors that we've had over the last couple of weeks from Jake L. Fisher and Mark Stein and, all these guys that have talked about, even with The Athletic, right, of how the Nuggets are serious about, or were at one point serious about, trying to acquire Zach LaVine, amongst other trade targets that they were also listed as having some interest in. But it is something to continue to monitor here. And, I say it all the time. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls. So because of that, we got to bring all the news. And this is just something to monitor and watch out for. We know that Zach LaVine has had a really level head about all this. He even said that, if anything's being talked about, it's not coming from him. It's not coming from his camp. So we'll see if the Nuggets and the Bulls do end up pulling the trigger on a trade. Now, with also us hearing that the Bulls are adamantly against bringing in Zeke Najee as part of one of those trade pieces, that could be something that completely kills the deal, because the Nuggets only have so many players that it makes sense for them to give up in the Zach LaVine trade while still also maintaining their rotation. And so because of that, Zeke Najee is one of those players with this $8 million contract that is kind of important for the Nuggets to be able to move to keep some of their core pieces while also, moving off something or a player that they don't really have that's clearly not part of their future. So this would be a fun thing to watch and to monitor. But, overall, when it comes down to it, the Bulls sit in an interesting place to watch a lot of what's going on with the Bulls. So, we'll see what happens here. overall, I've kind of come to the realization and to the place where if the Bulls do something, great. If they don't, that's cool as well, right? The Zeke Najee thing seems to be the biggest sticking point and the one thing holding it back on the Bulls side. But hey, maybe Michael Porter Jr. is right. Maybe this is all noise that's generated by the national sports media, which it wouldn't be the first time that we've seen something kind of fabricated from the sports media for clicks, for things like that. And all we can do here is report on it. As I've always said before, I'm not somebody who has sources. I wish I could tap in. I got a little something. I wouldn't call them sources. I know some people that would tell me some things, but they don't even know anything like this. They wouldn't know anything at this high level or anything like that. So, it is what it is when it comes down to it. But let me know what you guys think. Do these comments from Michael Porter Jr. make you think any more or less than this trade is off or on? What do you guys think about that? And also, let me hear all from you guys this one, right? And I get it that a lot of Bulls fans are not happy with this proposed trade. They don't think it makes the Bulls better, even though that really wouldn't be what the trade is for. But let me know. Let me ask you guys this one. When it comes down to it, and I kind of ask this at the end of every Zach LaVine and potential trade video, but I want to ask this one again. Do you think that Zach LaVine will be in a Bulls uniform by the end of the 2024-25 season? Or do you think that he will be moved between now and the trade deadline that is February 6th or 7th, somewhere up in there? I know it's the first week of February. Let me know what you guys think on all that down below. Make sure you guys are following the show at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullscentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. That's thanks to you, lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.